something on it. That's also part of the problem today. Okay, so hi, I'm back. I hope you're excited. This is my, I want to say, third episode of dispelling the rumors that I made up a really long time ago in my head and just haven't gotten around to addressing. But also, now that I'm in my sophomore year of college, I've got some revelations. I guess that I should also dispel and dispel for other people who may be thinking about this. Um, right now I'm wondering if I am off center, but that's okay. Imperfection is part of the process. One thing that I've learned so far is that I don't do anything for fun. I don't have fun unless I'm winning, okay? I used to play varsity tennis in high school. I had never had fun, but I think I didn't have fun because my coaches didn't let me play, and I had this whole arc of, oh, I'm just gonna learn how to do it on my own, which I did, and it didn't end up working out for me. I did end up playing a lot in my senior year, but I don't like playing tennis unless I feel like I'm doing really, really well. I have a twin sister, so we play at the local tennis court, and I was, hitting a couple moon balls, as my old coach calls them that, and some just beautiful form straight into the net. And I was getting a little annoyed, a little frustrated, but I was also getting frustrated at my frustration because why are you upset that you're not being perfect? That's not really a thing that's made up. But I was also talking to my therapist, and I don't really understand the idea of supporting yourself even though you're failing. I feel like it's a circular argument, like, oh, I lost, but I just had a bad day, or I lost and there's some things I need to work on. But if you win, you've done everything right, and it's just magically aligned. Like, it's only positive when you're winning. It's not your fault. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm talking about internal locus of control as opposed to external. Like, I feel like I have an internal one, and I think the thing that trips me up when playing tennis is my opponent, my sister at the moment. When something is wrong and she's not playing as well as she typically does, it's because her equipment is like not up to standard, or she just needs to get like new equipment. Like, she needs a new racket, or she needs her strings redone. But like, when I suck, it's because I suck. And I feel like that is part of the problem, but I don't think that I want to let go of that because I feel like that's part of what makes me who I am. And I feel like that internal locus of control is also what makes me who I am to other people, which brings me perfectly, might I add, to my second point. I think I really want to work on being okay with letting myself change, but also accepting the fact that I might change and grow out of other people's idea of who I am, and that's okay. I think I'm scared to be confident because I feel like that's a terrible way to say it, but people don't really know me as a confident person. I think people know me as a very determined, stereotypical, oh, I'm in the books kind of person. I definitely am that. I think socially, I'm afraid of letting that go because I feel like being tied to such a tenacious mindset is where I get my social currency from. Like, if you know me, you know that I'm not going to give up, especially academically. Which is funny because some would say that I give up too easily, which I disagree with 100%. I will debate someone on that. Like, I'm sorry, but I may complain a couple times, like, oh, I'm not getting this. But at the end of the day, I'm never going to throw in the towel. I've never thrown a towel. I know that's just not me. But yeah, I was saying, like, social currency. I feel like I'm afraid to let go of things that are not serving me anymore because other people are so used to them, which is wild, which is why I'm in therapy and I'm working on it and I'm working on myself as a person, which, might I add, is exhausting. Like, over the summer at MIT, I think I've already said this, but I was really focused on personal growth as much as I was doing academic things. I was working on myself. Like, I was trying new things and I was, you know, exploring more than what academia has to offer. I went on a solo date and I didn't tell my parents. That was kind of scary, kind of thrilling. It was nice. But, just doing new things is also scary. You don't know how people are going to react. And I think, for someone who wants to be a research scientist, maybe that should be exciting to me because I am curious. But I'm curious on paper. I thought of something really funny just now. Sorry. I'll share it with the class though. It was this video, and this girl was like, am I pretty in person or online? And the girl was like, in theory. And I thought that was so funny. But I feel like on paper I like it. Maybe in theory I would adore it, But in practice, oh no. I'm not into exploring new things. I'm definitely into thinking about exploring new things. On the topic of exploring new things, I am doing something new which I cannot speak about yet. I hope that I go through with it. I feel like I have a lot of potential to like go through with it or just give up on it. But I really do think that I would be able to learn a lot about myself and really push myself again to grow if I go through with this activity that I wanted to try out. But other than that, I'm really trying. I'm really trying. But yeah, to everyone else, don't be afraid to let yourself change. Now, I know that it's starting to look like the blind are leading the blind because, I'm only a sophomore in college, but I've got some lessons. I've got some lessons. And I've also been working on having bad days and being okay with having bad days. God is good in the bad days. That's what I'm also realizing. Having a mundane day is something I can be grateful for because in the beginning of the semester, literally like a week ago, I was drowning in the homework and my physics homework took me 6 hours and 29 minutes to complete. This week's it's not really a struggle right now because the homework's not due until Monday, but I'm grateful for having a regular boring day. I think that's something I can be grateful for, and I think that's something everyone can be grateful for. But I'm getting kind of nervous with the school year. I've decided to do a lot of things. I always decide to do a lot of things, and allegedly everyone thinks that about me. That's also something that I kind of don't want to take away from my personality. But I think I just gotta let some things go. I think I have to let things go. I think it's also because um someone I know was talking to me and I think they realized that they don't know me as well as they thought they did and they were kind of disheartened by it. And I think I was also disheartened by the fact that they were a little upset. I have to stop taking on the burden of other people's emotions. I also need to do that. I'm not claiming to be an empath. I do not claim that in any way, shape, form. But when people get upset, it makes me upset. I literally almost lost a friendship over that. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry if she ever sees this. I'm so sorry to you. You know who you are. Maybe you know who you are. If you ever get confused, I can tell you who you are. But yeah, I think I need to stop taking on the emotional tolls that other people have because that's just adding to me. I need to go and give it to God, or even better, I need to start referring people to Christ. I do that now actually, but I need to continue. Okay, my leg is falling asleep. Cut. Ouch, 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 ouch. Okay, yeah, I need to stop taking on the emotional tolls of others, especially my parents. There's a lot. Also, I wanted to record a snippet, not a snippet. I wanted to record something a while ago, but it was more on the downside. And it's so funny looking back because when you write things down and you're like in a sad or depressive mood, the week or the days after that you come back, I almost don't even remember what that felt like. I mean, I had some news and I was devastated. I was devastated by like the things going on in my house, and these are personal details which I will not engage you with, but it's just anything can change on a dime, which is something I'm kind of grateful for. Going back to my point about like, it's cool to have a boring day because who knows, yesterday was not that great. But yeah, I'm really working on some things, and shout out to my therapist. I'm really gonna try. I did do affirmations last semester. I haven't really kept up with them since, but I think it's important to say it out loud and embody it. Speaking of saying things, if you're hiding something, I think you should let it be known. Especially if it's like something important. Like, I don't know if I said this before. Oh, ew, am I really about to talk to this on my channel? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So I was sexually assaulted in my senior year of high school, and that really took me, it was really bad. I hated every waking moment, but I think I hated it more because I didn't tell my mom or my dad. I didn't tell my mom because when somebody had started like harassing me the year before, like I was sexually harassed, I think in 10th or 11th grade, and in 12th grade, I was assaulted different people. And so when I actually didn't tell my mom I was harassed either. But when my mom found out that I was harassed, she was more upset about the fact that I didn't tell her, and she thought that I didn't tell her because she made me do some chores. Mind you, I love a good chore. Okay, I love a good clean sleep. Okay, so that was not the reason. And so I was upset, and I also learned that I guess she didn't really care about my feelings as much as the way that my actions would reflect on her parenting and how she's been available emotionally for me in the last couple of years. So I didn't tell her that I was assaulted. And let me think. I think she found out this summer, like right, not right, but before I left for MIT over the summer, I had told her like one time because this Netflix show Forever had came out, and that girl had also had something to her happen like that. Mind you, totally different circumstances. I didn't actually ill. I don't want to get into the grotesque minute details, but our circumstances are different, and I'm not gonna say it in a way that paints it as like this is kind of her fault because it's not. That should never happen. But the thing that happened to me was different because I know if somebody is watching my channel and they're like, "Girl, you let them record you." No, that's not what happened. There was no recording. It was nothing like that. It was totally not something I asked for, not something I signed up for, and it ended up being a subscription anyway. So anyway, I finally told my mom, and I never imagined how light life could be. The truth really does set you free. Hallelujah. I didn't really realize that. And so I encourage, I think that's it. I think it's because being assaulted is kind of part of who I am. Not in like a, I'll never let go. I technically never will forget. But I think it became part of who I am. And I think it's part of how tenacious I am. And I mean, because in my senior year, do you know how much work I was doing? I am on 2 full ride scholarships. Don't play about it. Ew, I feel like okay, I don't want to say don't play about it. That's I don't well, I do say that, but I just don't want to say it on here. Not because it's ghetto, I just don't it's just not flowing right. That wasn't flowing the way that I said that. But like I worked really hard to get past it, and I think part of I don't want to say the reward that I feel, but I think I feel vindicated by the fact that I did it despite being assaulted, and not being able to tell my mom that I was assaulted made it feel like just something that I do. No, girl, I climbed. Okay, I guess I am a mountain person. I guess I am a mountain person. I don't think this guy watches my channel, but if he does, he knows what I mean. I am a mountain person and not a river person. I could be a river person, but I'm not. I'm not a river person. But yeah, I think being assaulted is part of who I am because it's part of how I built that brick by brick. Do you get the reference? Okay, I have to stop doing so many references because people can get kind of lost. I don't get lost because it's my brain, but you know, people may get lost. I'm sorry. But yeah, I think saying that I was assaulted out loud to my mom also helps me say it now on this channel. I used to never be able to say that, but saying it to my mom made it real, made it not okay, seriously, like made it a serious offense. And it also meant that I could really continue living my life. I was living in the fullness of who I was because I'm not hiding part of me. So I think that was really important for me to do. I really rambled my way through that situation. I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry, and I'm not cutting it. Okay. This channel is my channel. I have like a whopping how many? I think I have 7 subscribers. I'm so geeked. That's so cool. I'm actually really geeked, and I'm also really proud of myself for recording this because initially I was a little behind schedule. Yes, but I dropped every other Wednesday. I think it's every other Wednesday. Yeah, but I think it's really important to be yourself. Wow, that is so cliche. Or at least if you're not going to be yourself, don't hide. No, because you have to be yourself to not hide, okay? If you're not hiding, you're out there. See, I love some things, they just are, okay? If you're not hiding, you're out there. If you're not in, you're out. So I like things like that. But yeah. So also, I'm relentlessly send those emails. I don't know. That's just an aside. Be relentless. Continue to send those emails. I've been emailing people, and I thought that was important. But thanks for being with me. Go ahead and subscribe. Welcome to my box of unchecked thoughts. If you, oh my gosh, if you have an unchecked thought, I would love to hear it because I'm interested in how many unchecked thoughts there are and how the effect of subliminal messaging has impacted the youth. The youth are impacted, and now it's time to go to the streets. So I extend my box of unchecked thoughts to you. Okay? I hope that's exciting. I hope that's exciting for you to. Ew, am I like a Reddit thread, but like on TV? I'm laughing. But I feel like it could be exciting for you to have someone to relate to. Wink, wink, wink. Yeah, but that's what I've been up to. I'm working on letting myself change and being okay with that. I'm sure there was another point that I wanted to address, but if you saw my setup, you would know that I cannot access my points. So I will leave it in the description, so make sure to read it. Am I like engagement farming? I don't know. I feel like I may. Ooh, I'm sorry if that was loud. I feel like I may get the hang of this at one point. Psych, I am getting the point of this. I'm really proud of myself. I love myself. I'm so excited. And I'm definitely gonna write these affirmations down so that I do them tomorrow and don't just lose the streak. Anyway, bye. Thanks for watching. I should do like a in video clip. I don't have one, sorry.